It is the game of the day here at Loughborough University and a repeat of the 2023 final. Ukraine and England, who have been European rivals, will contest again for the first time in this competition since the 2023 decider, which Ukraine won by 3-0.
Number 6, Stanislav Podolsky. For England, we have number 1, Giles Moore. Number 2, Liam Irons. Number 3, Mason Dunbar. Number 6, Matthew Crossan. Number 7, James Blackwell. Number 8, Sam Dewhurst. And number 14, Matthew Robinson. Give it up for our teams.
So England and Ukraine making their way out towards the middle. Another load of mascots are in and making their way out onto the synthetic here at Loughborough. We've all been waiting for this, as we will go to the middle and hear the national anthems shortly of Ukraine and of England, starting with the English national anthem.
Now, if you're able, please stand for the national anthems. This is the English national anthem. Ukrainian national anthem.
Ще не вмерла України ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші вороженьки, як роса на сонці. Запануємо і ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду.
So these two nations set to go at it again as Vitaly Romanchuk of Ukraine, through the flag, will lead the handshake line. In fact, it's one of the mascots who will do that instead, but Vitaly Romanchuk will lead his team across. And I promise you there are 7 players starting for England tonight. It looks as though some of those mascots might be tall enough to play for the English. It is awesome to have so many out there of different clubs and at different stages of their development, different genders too as well, showing that this game in this country is alive and well. And for the 7 who will be out there for the English tonight, there are 2 changes from the 10-0 win over Northern Ireland. Out of the team that started that game are Harry Baker and Corey Komorowski. In come James Blackwell, who was watching from behind the fence as a spectator, and Matthew Robinson, who came off the bench for England in that one. Their team in full: 1 is Giles Moore, 2 is Liam Irons, 3 Mason Dunbar, 6 is the England captain Matt Crossan, 7 James Blackwell, 8 Sam Dewhurst, and 14 is Matthew Robinson. And for Ukraine, they had to make a very late change. They named a 7, and in the warm-up, Artem Sheremet was taken out of the team with an injury that he sustained in the warm-up. In comes Anton Balakai, who is now one of 2 changes out of the team. Drop Sheremet due to injury, and Anatoly Radovinchik. In comes Stanislav Podolski and Balakai, who was preparing not to start this game. The 7 for Ukraine is as follows. In goal is number 12, Bodan Kulinic. Number 2 is Anton Balakai. 9, Yaroslav Chanish. 7, the captain for Ukraine is Vitaly Romanchuk. 10, Ivan Danenko. 14, Artem Krasilnikov. And 6 is Stanislav Podolski. Matt Crossan calling for his team to enjoy this. They'd enjoy it even more if they were to find a result out of this. The early pace setters in this group, Group A, are the English. 10-0 winners over Northern Ireland to lift the veil on the tournament. Ukraine, rather staggeringly, were held by a very, very good Spain yesterday. And it's Ukraine, the champions of the region, who need to respond now. And England will look to keep the beat going. Coming into the game with some wonderful momentum, and they will start the second game of their tournament with an interesting ball out wide into touch. Not how they would have wanted to start the game, but they will have plenty of chances to improve from that. Dario Rojas from Argentina is our referee. A big game for him. The referees will love this occasion as much as the players. Dewhurst scored inside the opening minute for England. About 59 seconds in. Started the tournament off to the flyer for Andy Smith's team. Dunbar on first time. And out of play he wanted Dewhurst and couldn't find him. Here is Donenko, who scored in the final, as did the man he's just found, Anton Balakai, in the 3-0 win in Italy. And he's won a free kick. Balakai has got it off the opposite number 2 in Liam Irons. A fair English crowd in again tonight. Friends and family and fans all at once in to watch England, and they'll have to watch them do some defending. Artem Krasilnikov is standing over this, opposed by a 2-man English wall. Man who wasn't at the World Cup last year in Spain, but has played plenty of times at Ukraine before. Knows the sense of occasion. Strikes right-footed into the wall, and there is an infringement inside the box. And an England free kick. These 2 teams did also meet at the World Cup in Spain last year. England were brilliant that day and took Ukraine to penalties, but Ukraine got the job done. They only needed 2 of the 3 as Irons Looks for a switch for Robinson. Nothing doing on that front. Ball rolled forward. Danenko trying to slip his man. He's won a corner. Romanchuk plays it towards halfway. Dewhurst was almost in to win the ball. With a couple of kicks of the ball, Ukraine are all the way back with their keeper. Chanish has it back. It's a one-sided story in IFCPF history between these two. 4 games played and 4 Ukraine wins. In towards Balakai and snuffed out by Crossan, who has to be careful inside his own box. He's lost it. Balakai couldn't get the shot away. England playing themselves into trouble, and they do get away with it for now at least. Pass almost sold short in the end from Krasilnikov, but it got through to Romanchuk, who has it back again for Ukraine. Danenko, wonderful header, got into his path, and he's stopped by Giles Moore. It's a great save. Looked like the net was about to bulge. The effort from Danenko, starting with his back to goal, was brilliant. Nodded it into his own path, spun his man, but his shot couldn't find the back of the net. Score remains at 0-0. Cross dug out, Moore there to claim. Baseball cap tonight. It's Giles Moore, shielding the eyes from the sun, a sun that has been out all day. It's been quite hot in times at Loughborough today. Cooled down now as Robinson was looking for Dewhurst. Kulinish kept it in. Krasilnikov trying to turn. In was Irons and away is Dewhurst. A hat-trick on opening night. Crossan running at the Ukraine backline. Matt Crossan, well blocked by his opposite number in Romanchuk. Shouts for a free kick, which Dario Rojas waves on. End-to-end start to this one. Chanish to access the England penalty area. Robinson didn't allow him the chance. The man from Cornwall. There aren't too many players who've come from there to represent any English national team, and he's the only one in this squad. He's also played pan-disability football for Plymouth Argyle. Right at the foot of England, geographically. Romanchuk from Koval City in Ukraine. Paralympic gold, 2016. Danenko to try and work Giles Moore, or find someone in the middle, and he did neither. Able to hold the ball. England with a win tonight would seal passage through in the top 2 to the next round of the European Championships. Join the Netherlands there. They got there early today with a 9-0 win over Ireland. Dunbar, the local lad, down the line for England. He's a Birmingham City fan. Played football for Woodgate at a younger age. He's calling for the switch from Irons. He's gone slightly shorter for Crossan, who feeds it to Dunbar, who was really impressive against Northern Ireland the other night. Dewhurst and Dunbar couldn't get his radar in for either a cross or a shot. Danenko scored the winner in the 2022 World Cup final against Iran. The 1-0 success that Ukraine had that day in Salau. Chanish, left-footed, his ball blocked by Robinson, who's found himself in some good defensive positions. England's number 14 so far. Romanchuk lifts one by Dunbar, and the header from Radovinchik, ill-directed. Krasilnikov rather. As Crossan goes with a step over. And a goal kick, last out of playoff. Matt Crossan. Anton Balakai did really well. Goal kick is the result. Danenko working a shooting chance and not making the best of it. And there'll be plenty of England fans here who will not only happily applaud when their team do something well, also when Ukraine do something that are below their standards. Dunbar down the line, left it short for Dunbar. Digley Lions, who will get it back and distribute it better this time for Blackwell. Blackwell is the oldest player in this England squad. There are a few senior names for Andy Smith. Another one on the ball here is Crossan. Can get it out from under his feet. Romanchuk, the stalwart for Ukraine, on the ball. Tried to drive it across. Well played by Irons. Second ball was won by Ukraine, but wasn't an effective one. And a play for an England ball. Danenko running at Blackwell and beating him and almost scoring. How did that stay out? It stayed in. Might well have caught both posts. Krasilnikov. A good stop from Giles Moore. Ukraine desperately unlucky not to be one up. Chanish was sprawling at the back post even after the woodwork had been hit. The corner and a free header. Unable to keep it down, Danenko. Poor marking there from the English at the back. Didn't cost them. But Andy Smith wouldn't want a repeat of that. Robinson sloppy in possession. And Danenko was clipped from behind by Crossan, and he's got to be a little bit careful, Matt Crossan, that he doesn't talk himself into a booking. He's dangerously close. He was rather demonstrative in his protestations, and it could be a final warning for the England skipper. A little bit of how do you do after the ball had gone out of play. Anton Balakai was in there for Ukraine, and Giles Moore was quickly telling his team to leave Anton Balakai alone. Smart from Crossan to take it back for England. The man from Stockton. You just wonder how many more games his international career has got left. He's no youngster anymore. Dunbar in behind the Ukraine back line, but wasn't given a ball he could do much with. Chanish in space. Can he get to the return ball? He goes over. He wasn't fouled. Well played by James Blackwell to match his every step. Robinson over there too. Robinson, the closer of the two to the ball. Over to Dewhurst on the England right. Almost the benefit of a lucky ricochet, but not so. And Ukraine, chance to move through midfield. Danenko got it from Balakai. And Crossan won it back. Trademark of his game, and on he goes. Dunbar to his left, Dewhurst to his right. It went rather central, and the space left behind him. England have to be careful not to overcommit in these scenarios. They might have done here. Balakai in the box, blocked by Irons once and twice. He played that really well to help save his England team. This game opening up. Crossan. Dunbar too high to receive that. Krasilnikov back to his keeper Bodan Kulinic. He was an unused sub in the 18 final, now 7 years ago. But did start in his success in 2023 over the English. Helped on Danenko again to his own path. And he was taken down from behind, penalty. James Blackwell, no match for him. And as it was in Salau, it is from the spot where Ukraine have the chance to separate themselves from England. It was a crude challenge, a needless one, and it gives Ivan Danenko a golden opportunity to find their way in front. Charles Moore was brilliant in penalty shootouts in Salau, particularly against Argentina. Danenko, it's saved! And what a stop down to his right. Giles Moore comes up big for England again. Is that a turning point? Irons, the man from Luton, travels down the right for England and couldn't keep it in. Chanish looking down the Ukraine left. Blackwell high and away. Under 10 to go in the first half here from Loughborough University. And aside from the James Blackwell challenge and the penalty that Giles Moore saved, neither one of these teams are giving the other anything. Balakai for Ukraine. Ball has been mostly in the England half, at the foot of a Ukraine player. And they make something with this possession, Ukraine. Good ball over to the right, Danenko, it's a vacant space! Another good stop by Moore, and quickly over to help him out, Crossan. Good run by Danenko. His shot at a decent height and position for Moore to save. Save he had to make though, and he did. Balakai. It's halfway. Ski. Also part of that Paralympic winning team in 2016 in Rio. Balakai midway inside the England half. Silnikov again. Getting a foot in there, Podolski. Dunbar's ball wasn't his best. Dunbar sliding in. His involvement there was a better one. Crossan wanting the expansive switch. Blocked by Danenko. England can't find a way out of their own half for very long. Again, Van Danenko was wanted to make a play in behind, but the pass didn't favour him. Still scoreless. That doesn't tell the complete tale here at Loughborough. A game that is huge for both, not only for England's search for revenge, but also in their quest to perhaps win the group. They currently trail Spain in that regard by a point. And of course, they've completed a game more of Aitor Arinho's team. Irons for Blackwell, about as high up the pitch as he's got. On one more for Robinson. Back again for James Blackwell. Ball blocked by James Blackwell. And there's a whistle. Dario Rojas has seen something. Blackwell, the ire of the Ukrainian players out there. There was a multitude of them not happy with the treatment that was given to Stanislav Podolski, who was down on the ground. Podolski, Chenish, first time ball in. Meet and drink for more. Hands forward, well controlled by Blackwell. Tries to win a throw. And despite not doing so off the lower leg of Stanislav Podolski, he has won one for England. Less than 5 to play in the opening half hour. Ukraine with the best chance from the spot, but it was a spot kick well saved by Giles Moore, who has shown his wares in that part of the game for England again. Dewhurst to shoot. It went low, and in the end, quite a way wide. Encouragement for Andy Smith and company on the England bench. Dunbar too strong in on his man. Floored Anton Balakai. Tyler Romanchuk not happy. And Matt Crossan will be called over here alongside Vitaly Romanchuk. Both captains will get a bit of a talking to by Dario Rojas just to settle their respective teams down. Now, our Argentine referee does not want to see any more. Krasilnikov, there for Ukraine, trying to have a go at Liam Irons. He twists and he turns and still can't get away from him. And the pass back towards Podolski, allowed Blackwell in. Advantage play for England after he was fouled. Dewhurst off and away and forced to check and look back for options. There will be a card, a retrospective one, going the way of Stanislav Podolski. It's the first booking of the game, going the way of the Ukrainian. Dunbar for Crossan, a first touch away from Balakai, but into the path of Podolski. Dunbar with the England throw. Looped for Blackwell. Here he is again. Ball to the back post and far too high for Crossan, who was closest in the vicinity. 9 seconds to play in the opening half an hour. And while there hasn't been too many bits of goalmouth action, it's been enthralling in its own ways, this one.
Received 1 minute.
We're about to move into 1 minute added time when we get to that point. Crossing outside of the foot. Dewhurst on the England left, he shoots and couldn't keep it down. Was in a fair bit of space. Danenko trying to get by Cross, and he did. Dunbar to get back for England. Did well to hold him up. Dewhurst for Blackwell. On the overlap is Irons. Robinson calling for it at the back post. It's Irons, the chest of Robinson, he took it down. Couldn't do anything more than that. Official Keith Stroud about to tell us that we've got a minute to go on the end of this half. Dewhurst going to keep it in after the first touch. He can. It's crossed and clear. Romanchuk at the front post. Corner or throw in. Assistant referee on the far side has signalled corner. Maybe the final act of the first half, or one of, if not the last.
There will be a minimum of 1 minute.
Short to Dunbar, whose cross is not one he would have wanted. Out of play in behind, goal kick for Ukraine. And as we move ever closer to half time with every second that passes, it looks as though we'll head there at 0-0 with the deadlock still locked. And we will.
Good half, boys.
A half that probably asks more questions than it answers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is half-time. Our score...
0-0 is the current score, but it could have been so different. A real opportunity for Ivan Danenko. A penalty that he won was saved by Giles Moore, sparing the blushes of James Blackwell, who brought Ukraine's number 10 down. For England, they've done a little bit right out of possession. They've not had many chances with the ball, but neither defence has been breached in that opening 30 minutes. A lot to go at in it though, and if that 30 is anything to go by, the second half should be fun to watch as well. It's half-time here at Loughborough University. The final game of the day, it is Ukraine 0, England 0 in this 2023 final rematch. Half time here at Loughborough University, the final game of the day, and the one that people were probably looking forward to most. Ukraine and England, the repeat of the 2023 decider, the last time the Euros were held. And these two teams are not giving each other much. It's 0-0 at the break. Giles Moore, probably the story out of the half, with a super stop from the spot. Ivan Danenko was denied. And other than that, there hasn't been too many chances. Moore's been called into action a couple of times in the England goal. Ukraine have had the better of the chances and more of the ball. So Yevchenko, the Ukraine coach, with a fair bit to work with, as does Andy Smith, who is changing his team around a little bit. So here's Yevchenko too. Vitaly Trushev, one of the likely types to come on if he's ever named on the bench. And so will come on here for Ukraine. Harry Baker will be on here for England. So Trushev on for England, and Harry Baker will take the place of James Blackwell. Won a share of the Golden Boot back in 2018, Harry Baker, with Dylan Sheridan of Ireland. 7 goals in that tournament. And he's on here to maybe try and find one for England to break the tie at 0-0 and get his team to what would be 3 priceless points. Huge second half. England win this, they book their place inside the top 2 and might as well consign Ukraine to the bottom 2, which would have been almost inconceivable coming into the tournament. Ukraine win, and it's a completely different story. Balakai, the 2 number 2s going at it. Irons there for England. Podolski back to Vitaly Trushev, whose first kick of the football tonight is across to Romanchuk. And Ukraine start the second half as they did the first by keeping the ball away from the English. Shanish towards Balakai, but past him. Crossan had to be watchful in terms of the potential other England substitutes that might come on. David Porter is the one that would jump off the page. He's an FT3 and Matt Crossan also is. So that would be the change if it is to be made. Baker and Irons. Fans it over to the England left. Dunbar was there but couldn't get there. And Danenko will chest it down and into his path and into space. Sam Dewhurst back on terms with him, and Ukraine are forced back. First touch from Balakai was unable to control the ball. Dunbar in, was looking for the audacious ball for Baker. Danenko's been a problem for Ukraine. England are looking to try and find a solution to how good he's been. He won the penalty, and even away from that has been good in open play. One around the corner will get some more. England at times in this game have found trouble getting up and over halfway. Irons up to Baker, and that'll help. He then fouled Romanchuk, clipped at his heels. The England fans won't like it, but it was there. Podolski. The results, by the way, in order chronologically: Ukraine and England 1-0 Ukraine, 2-0 Ukraine, 3-0 Ukraine, And then a 0-0 in Salau. It went to penalties, Ukraine won. England as close as they've ever been to knocking off Ukraine in Salau last year. Can they do it tonight? Dunbar for Dewhurst and towards Dunbar again. Bounces back for Robinson, who nodded on Baker. It was behind him. And the scorpion flick from Romanchuk. There will be appeals for a back pass, but it wasn't intentional from the Ukraine captain. Well played by Crossan. The England fans like it. They, for so long, offered him their applause. As Shanish was able to control it and keep it in. There might have been a few further away who weren't sure whether he had or not, but he did. Trushev towards Zdenko, who was marshalled every step of the way by Crossan. And England will get the throw as a result. Baker fizzed across towards Robinson, but cut out. Baker has it back for England, on for Dewhurst. Irons, check his back shoulder. Rolling forward, and Baker was stealing in. That one's gone behind, and here, on the way, is an England corner. There is a fair bit to like from Andy Smith's charges. Can they find a way? Past Bodan Kulinic, ball in, Baker free header, peeling away at the back stick, and he might think he should have done better. Great cross. Harry Baker got a bit of space, but couldn't direct the header on goal.
They're very scared. Of you. They're scared of what they
Shanish down the line, Danenko went over. Nothing wrong with it, said Dario Rojas. Robinson with Irons. Dewhurst and back for Irons, who came clattering in. Took the ball and a bit of Vitaly Trushev. A chance in behind. Baker stopped by Kulinic. The ball was in behind the Ukraine goalkeeper for a split second. A bit more power and maybe it was 1-0 for England. He just found the ball quicker than Harry Baker could, and that was the difference between 0-0 and 1-0 for England. Danenko lifts it forwards. Getting there first, Podolski, who kept it in, the cut back towards Danenko. Dewhurst trying to close the space. His first touch took him away from goal. Trushev, Romanchuk to tee one up and more to make the save. Both sides so far drawing blanks. Baker. Robinson up alongside for England. Baker going alone for now at least. Dewhurst. Mason Dunbar. He went over. And that was just outside the area. Centimetres the difference between a free kick and a penalty. It really wasn't far away. And a free kick that Liam Irons stands over. Back for Crossan! Oh, it wasn't too far wide. It was the flick from Irons for the waiting Matt Crossan, who almost picked out the corner. Chanish. Podolski with the turn. Couldn't keep it with him. Moore and Crossan alike grateful that it didn't stay under his spell. Romanchuk fouled. Harry Baker writhing a little bit too. Look at the foul. Assistant referee in a great spot to pick it out. Trushev. Podolski. Vitaly Trushev. And Dewhurst was in the road for England. Wanted Robinson, who couldn't get there. For Danenko, and sliding in Mason Dunbar. You can sense the frustration from him in the first half that sometimes things didn't go a certain way. He's acquitted himself really well in this second half, the other side of the break. He is defensively sound, Mason Dunbar. Capable going forward too, as England win the throw. He will take. Crossan showing that the old legs still have some pace. And the trickery was good too. Matt Crossan. Shot rather tame. Crossan gave it away rather cheaply. Balakai! More down quickly to deal with that.
You've not got that, Seven. You've not got that. That's what we said.
Tyler Romanchuk not too happy at the lack of a decision there. Trushev Went over on his own volition. He kept it in. Irons there to get their first for England. The kick and rush job. He was fouled and they'll take the advantage, England. It's Liam Irons. Baker ahead of him. Irons going alone. And he fought hard to keep it. Duos to keep it alive. And it was taken away from Dunbar by Vandenenko, who will go back for Ukraine. It looked for a split second like there might be a counter on. Ukraine didn't feel like they needed to take it. And boot out of play by Romanchuk. He didn't roll it out, it's fair to say. Harry Baker already making his intentions clear. This one is going back to Bodan Kulinic. Sportingly done by Baker. It won't get to Bodan Kulinic, but he'll be okay with Romanchuk taking it there. Past the midway point of the second half. Still locked at 0-0. Of course, Ukraine have already had a game finished with that scoreline already in this tournament. Yesterday against Spain. Alakai, deft touch. Dewhurst back on it for England. Irons. Starero has to really well to get out of the way there. Baker. Crossan furthest forward, it's a good ball. Matt Crossan, it will get back to Harry Baker. Charged down by Chanish. Irons will get there to recycle things for England. As wide as he can go just about for Robinson. Whose ball then is blocked by Romanchuk. England are continuing to build. And Ukraine are still under pressure. A Ukraine loss would make it really hard for them to progress. Dewhurst with the resulting corner, getting a palm to it, Bodan Kulinic, and there'll be another set piece, this time from the England left. Spain are on 4 points, Northern Ireland on 0, Ukraine on 1, England on 3. And Karamanyan is getting warmed up for Ukraine. Might be seeing him soon. Vitaly Trushev is treating himself as Dewhurst takes the corner. Crossan, right-footed. Ball towards the back post, but not even if Harry Baker was a foot taller could he have got there. Karamanyan will be coming on the next break in play. For Stanislav Podolski, who's on the ball here. Fashions a cross, away partly by Crossan. It's back with Podolski. Chanish, Romanchuk, stood up by Baker. Trushev almost showed too much of it to Dunbar. He's going over. Can he buy a free kick? He can there. And now, time and space for the change. Podolski is off. Edar Karamanian is on. He didn't play in the final. That was the only game he missed in the 2023 tournament. As mentioned earlier, Ukraine won. He is 41. Turned that age last month on the 13th of July. The free kick in. Dunbar got first head to it. And on the volley away by Robinson for Dewhurst to chase. Balakai got there ahead of him just. An England ball. Karamanian. Romanchuk. Having a look at Harry Baker. Karamanian, the substitute, spreading towards goal, blocked by Liam Irons. Might get to a point where we might need the artificial light soon with the sun setting. Crossan, who is shown in board by Chernish, and takes that on. Irons, left-footed, in towards Baker. And it was Harry Baker who glanced it on. A couple of chances with his head that he hasn't taken. But the positive for England is that he's getting into those positions. Doesn't look like too much action on the England bench. They're happy with the 7 they've got out there. Danenko being pulled out a little by Sam Dewhurst. Trushev, substitute for Ukraine. Crossan went in. Balakai was there. It's behind for a corner. Danenko. Chernish. Karamanian back towards goal. Danenko lost it to Crossan. Dewhurst to his left. If he can get the ball there. He got away from Danenko and then tried to get around him, which he did. Sam Dewhurst with it for England. Dunbar was making the run forward. Let's try and give him something. Irons. Trushev will pick it off for Ukraine. It's forward towards Balakai. Now Karamanian inside his own half for Ukraine. Irons almost left it behind. Ball forward towards Baker. Well controlled. Dunbar, the switch. Will it work for Robinson? It skips away from him and it's gone out of play. Romanchuk gets it back with the 1-2 and lashes home. A goal for Ukraine. They finally picked a way through. And the man with all the experiences uses them when he needs it most. And the complexion of the game has changed. Have England got anything left? Cross and lifts one, and Kulinic was bumped by Irons, unfairly so, and the degree of which will earn him a yellow card. And that'll mean that if this holds, Ukraine would move to 4, England would stay on 3, and it sets up an absolutely huge game on Tuesday between the English and the Spanish, who in all likelihood would play off for the right to join Ukraine inside the top 2. What a melting pot Cahill and Beckford are about to be thrown into. How about this for a second international appearance? And to take the place of his captain. So in terms of the FT3, it's not going to be David Porcher that comes on, it is Cahill Beckford. For cap number 2, as Danenko has been helped up. If you're Andy Smith, the England coach right now, what in the world do you tell him? Do you tell him to enjoy it? Do you tell him to get it and give it? Do you tell him to get you a goal? He'll be brought on, as will Jaden Kenyon. It's Beckford for Crossan in a swap of ST3s. And Matthew Robinson will be taken off for Jaden Kenyon. That is an attacking change. Jaden Kenyon at his best is electrifying. He's extremely confident when things are going his way. Can he get England a goal here? Did that strike the arm of Danenko? It did. And every chance England get to play quickly. You think they will. Dunbar. Beckford off the bench for England. Right-footed, Baker trying to take it down. Could only take it down for Anton Balakai of Ukraine, who sends his nation away up towards Danenko, but Moore deals with it. Beckford up and over halfway. Dunbar to his left. To Baker. Beckford keeping hold. Irons to tee one up, and it's flicked behind by Vitaly Romanchuk. There is belief in the England camp still. Short corner looks on, Kenyon to Dewhurst. Left-footed, it will work kindly for Bodan Kulinic. Final minute of the hour. Bonan Kulinic will roll it on. He's not at 100% right now. And they win the free kick off Caelan Beckford. Four minutes of added time is what we're going to get at the end of this hour of football. We're into the first of those four now.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes.
Irons, shoulder to shoulder with Danenko, nothing wrong with it. How can they use these next 3.5 minutes and change? Is there late drama left in this? Beckford, Dewhurst, Kenyon, Dewhurst, fizzed over for Dunbar, who wins his header. And it runs away from Jaden Kenyon, and precious seconds will ebb off the clock from an England point of view. It's looking like the same story in terms of the result from the 2023 decider. And a fifth win in a row against the English for Ukraine. Unless there is a very late twist. Kenyon in to win it off Danenko. Dewhurst. Dunbar. Beckford, there's still time for England if they're good enough. They would have to do what they've never done before and score an IFCPF era goal against Ukraine. Kenyon, right-footed, Baker, kept it in, wanted Kenyon back, couldn't find him. Broke for Beckford, who wins England a throw. And it's a foul throw. You wondered if the inexperience might cost England. And it's a cruel one for Caelan Beckford. Something that rarely seen and rarely called foul throws. Forward for Danenko, a second for Ukraine would seal it. Danenko away from Irons. Did well to get a shot away, but a shot that was repelled and blanked by Giles Moore. Kenyon drives the ball for Dunbar. Beckford. Right footed, not a bad ball in. Slight bit too much on it for Harry Baker. And time might end up running out on England. Irons fouled. He beckons for the ball off Moore. Irons sends Caelan Beckford a bit wide. He goes over, he's fouled. This will be the last chance that England will get. A couple of eyes might have turned to Giles Moore as to whether he goes up to the box for this. He'll stay closer to home. This delivery has to be good from Sam Dewhurst. Floated in, and easy for Kulinic to claim. A check of the watch, and it is probably all England will get. Baker working hard. The man shook high and away. Irons. Dewhurst, full time. And as he has been over many years, Vitaly Romanchuk is the difference maker.
Ukraine 1, England 0. But what a game.
Lashing home a wonderful goal to win it.
Let us thank
And from a position they could have been in and were set to head towards, would have been 2 draws from 2, if not for a wonder goal, is now 1 win and 1 draw from 2.
Joining us in person
And they are in a good position now to progress.
IFCPF news on social media. Watch back
It will be
on the IFCPF
England and
YouTube
Spain.
channel. Tune into the live streams if you're missing them
In what will feel like a final on
Thank
Tuesday.
you for coming once again.
Ukraine,
See you tomorrow.
as they tend to do, find a way to break away from their opposition and win the big games. Full time from Loughborough University. To finish the day of IFCPF Men's Euros action, it has finished. Ukraine 1, England 0.
Giles Moore for having his penalty save was pretty good. He played well. Giles? Defining moment.
Are we doing any interviews?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Giles, England.
Okay.
Number?
Cool.
1, keeper.
Wonderful.
Matches in my bag. You can hand it out, Ollie.
Ceramic things. Actually.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay.
Well, Ukraine have gone to a Ukraine player.
That's what happens when you
we
leave
have to
early.
be quick because England are heading on too, I think. Oh no, they're not. They're heading over. Ukraine have not waited around one bit. What for Ukraine?
Wait, where do you want us? Oh, wow. I'll get the player.
Yeah. Over. I've got to
That bit was cool.
Yeah. Well, we always play in part then.
Yeah, last night. This young lady got to go and see her. Absolute
Yeah, but shit,
I don't know how. It doesn't matter. We weren't here for that. It doesn't matter. We were. We wanted you to be on, but it don't matter. We're here.
well, yesterday they couldn't even fucking run. As always, you know what I mean? They couldn't run yesterday. Couldn't. Oh no, I'd lose my head if I was on the field. I'd be on the edge. Absolutely.
What, you've got to go in there?
Yeah, they just bollocks. They just always.
Here with England goalkeeper Giles Moore after the 1-0 loss for England against Ukraine. Giles, a bitterly disappointing one to lose, but another good effort from an England team against Ukraine. How proud are you, your lads?
Yeah, really proud. Obviously took it all the way again, really. Yeah, that's the difference. So that's the reason why they win everything. You know, the last 2 minutes they, make a goal.
Absolutely, and of course you had the moments of the first half, a brilliant penalty save to deny Ivan Donenko what would have been the opener. You've got a handy knack of saving penalties. We've seen it in the World Cup at the shootouts. Is it something that you really pride yourself on?
Yeah, that's what a goalkeeper's supposed to do, save goals. So yeah, other than that, just do your job, really.
Absolutely, and a word for the England fans. They travel out in numbers again. There'll be plenty watching on from home, plenty here as well. Have you got anything to say to them? Of course, you've got a big game coming up against Spain in a couple of days.
Yeah, we love their support. So yeah, just thanks for coming and watching, and hopefully we can, progress in the competition.
Absolutely, it's not what you wanted to take from this match, but I've got a little something for you as our Capelli man of the match.
Lovely.
Congratulations to you for winning this and commiserations on the defeat.
Lovely, thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
6:30, all 6:30 kick on. Yeah, every one of them games. Anyway, get yourself home because I don't know where to park with it. It's lovely to come up there. I'll try to stay home.
Shut up.
Bollocks.
We had a nice time. We've had cans, we've had everything.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Jaden went, you missed so there, and I went, what do you mean you missed so there? I was looking,
I said that.
and I kept looking, and I was like, she ain't, that's not her. And he was going, it is her, and I was going, fucking not. I was like, my phone's missing, she's fucking with my mum over the road. So we're walking up and around, and I kept looking over, and I blinded back.
I know, see, I said that. He's blind, can't see.
Blinded back, and I thought, in my head I was thinking, I hope it's not them. I hope they ain't fucking come up.
Why?
Well, 'cause
You
shit.
said that.
Shit, no, yeah, get yourself time anyway, because you know,
We've got ages to us.
What a game of football we've just seen. A repeat of the 2023 final. And for England, disappointing with the result. 3-0 in the final 2 years ago. 1-0 in this final, despite the best efforts of Giles Moore and company. Once more, it is Ukraine who gets over the line against England. A massive game to finish off the group between England and Spain is to come on Tuesday. That will decide who join Ukraine in the next round of competition. From myself, Oliver Walker-Peel, it's been a pleasure to have your company across today. Take care, stay safe, and goodbye for now.